This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm out here in Las Vegas and I'm joined by Chantelle Cameron. Chantelle, how are you doing? How are you finding your time out in stateside?
I'm great, thanks. How are you? And oh, go on.
Sorry,
And absolutely loving it. I feel so blessed to be here. So grateful.
I've just done that to you again and pulled the mic away too soon, so I apologise for that. Yeah, out here, Melissa Hernandez, next up for yourself. Talk to me about this camp, going into it as a world champion. Have you seen any kind of difference in your own mentality, your own motivation in the gym? Has it been difficult in comparison to being the person who's chasing the world title to the one defending it?
I think it's been a proper kick up for me, proper kick up my ass basically, because now I've got the belt and I know people are chasing me now, and I love it because now I'm going to get the fights, and with that belt it's making fights easier to be made. So for me it's been a massive motivation and I've really got that fire in my belly. I train harder than ever now.
How much more do you feel you've come on since your victory against Adriana Araujo last time out, Chantelle?
Well done for saying that name. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get into my peak now. In the gym, it's just I had such a good camp. Obviously, I had the car accident, and I felt good then. And then I was out of the gym for 4 or 5 weeks, and that was quite hard, mentally hard, because I couldn't even run, I couldn't lift a weight, couldn't box. It was frustrating, and I was thinking, God, how am I going to motivate myself to get back into camp again when I was so close? But to be fair, everything happens for a reason, and I'm actually glad because I come back into this camp ready for May the 29th, and I just had that fire in my belly where I was like, I'm really going to knuckle down, put the graft in, and make sure when it comes to fight night that I'm going to put on the performance of my career, and I'm going to really show people what I'm about and what I can do, because I say it all the time, like I don't feel like I've had that at the moment, and I'm just looking for that. Like I just want to show people what I can do. Like if people see me spar with the guys, it's more exciting some of my fights because the guys are giving me that, whereas I need that opponent to bring that out with me.
You talked about your opponent on Saturday night, first and foremost, though, Chantelle. What do you know about her? We know that she's only been stopped once previously, so is this the chance for you to make a bit of a statement?
Not going to go looking for the stoppage. Feel like for going looking for the stoppage, my tactics will go out the window. So I don't want to have that mentality where I've got to go in there and stop her. I'm just going to go in there, stick to my tactics and my game plan. It's going to, if I execute it how Jamie wants me to, then I'm going to hurt her and I'll get the stoppage, hopefully.
I know you won't want to give away the game plan for Saturday night, but what should everybody expect from a pair of you when you are in the ring?
1-2 left hook and all that.
How often have you been rehearsing that one?
A few times. So she's going to be tricky, she'll be elusive. I'm going to be smart, I'm going to be fast, and just my timing. My timing is good at the moment, so just going to make her walk onto my shots and not going to give too much away. The best you'll see Saturday.
Chantelle, just to stick with yourself before I ask you a few other questions, Katie Taylor's a name which has been mentioned previously for yourself. Is that a fight you still have your eye on? Is that a fight which you think could happen at all? Or are you thinking as time progresses it's less likely to take place?
Less likely to take place because I never had an offer on the table. I've done what I've had to do to get that fight, and obviously she's been fighting other people and that, and yeah, I'm not really focused on it now. There's other opponents out there for me. Obviously, to box someone like Katie, she's a legend, and what she's done for women's boxing is incredible. But obviously, in this game, if you want to be the best, you got to box against the best. And I just wanted that opportunity, and the opportunity's never been even laid on the table for me. And obviously, when I won my mandatory, I thought, well, I've won a mandatory, so I deserve the shot now, and never even had an offer. So it is what it is. I kind of put it behind me now. I'm just going to focus on what's in front, and I'm on my own journey. I'm not chasing Katie. The fight's not going to happen, so there's no point chasing it.
You said, obviously, going back to when you was mandatory, do you think back then you was avoided having listened to you speak there?
To be honest with you, I feel like back then was the perfect time to have boxed me. I feel like boxing me back then was less of a risk than boxing me now. Now I've settled in with Jamie ages ago, but more around Jamie and Nigel and the team, I feel like a completely different animal now. And I feel like to box me now is more of a risk. So that's why I don't think the fight will happen. I feel like I've really come into myself now in the boxing, and I'm hitting my peak.
Chantelle, your foot is rubbing against my leg here, so I don't know if it is. You can deny it, but I can feel something weird against my leg. I don't think it is, but why is on the side by you? Chantelle, away from you attempting to play footsie, moving forwards, yeah, that's all it is. It's because it certainly wasn't. But Josh Taylor, a former campmate of yours, undisputed champion this past weekend. What did you make of his win?
What a performance. Always looked up to Josh, especially and trained with him in the gym. He's an unbelievable athlete, and I think he's just phenomenal. And just the knockdowns, incredible. Such an inspiration.
Do you think he's received the just amount of credit for what he has achieved in 18 fights?
I don't think he has. I feel like he should be the biggest out of us. Because of, even the fight, I don't think he got that much publicity as what it deserved. Should have been everywhere, and it wasn't. And I don't think it's fair on him because he's an absolute star, and I think he's the best we've got.
Jack Cattrall, your current campmate, is looking at facing Josh next, being spoken about taking place up in Edinburgh. How do you think Jack would fare against Josh?
It's going to be such a good fight. You looked at me then as if trying to put me on the spot.
Yeah, because I do this with Carl, and Carl's there like, I can't talk about it.
I see you there. It's going to be such a good fight. Jack Cattrall is big for the weight, he's strong, and his skill set is unbelievable. Like when people spar him, they don't realise how good he is until they're in there with him. And he just works people out, and his boxing IQ is another level. And I don't think people don't realise that how good this fight is actually going to be. It's going to be unbelievable. Can't wait I'm actually excited for it. Can't wait. I'm going to go. Take the mic.
Right, Chantelle, we'll leave that there now because I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of this beautiful weather. Thank you for your time today. Thank you, Speak to Boxing Social.
Thank you. Take care. Brilliant.